Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm just gonna straight up say that I'm gonna turn off the game music for this entire video. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be putting any background music. The thing with that is that it's very hard to find background music that doesn't get like exhausting after 2 minutes of listening to it. So whatever I end up doing, I hope it doesn't come off as too annoying or just too like distracting. Worst comes to worst, it'll just be no music throughout the entire video, though I did keep some of the, what is it, sound effects? I don't know if you guys could hear it. There we go. So if you read the title, yes, I have spent over $4,500 on this mobile game, guys. Now, prior to me making videos, I did buy the occasional pack once in a while, but most of this money has come from the beginning of last year when I started making videos all up until today. Also, before the video starts, I have no idea how long this is going to be, so by all means, I really hope you guys get comfortable. Hopefully you guys have a snack, something to drink, and just chill back, let's relax, and let's just hang out and just have a kickback for as long as this video is, okay? I'm just gonna be going in order from servants, and then I'll go to craft instances, command codes. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and start with the dildo wielders.
No, I'm hard to understand.
Now, there are a lot of servants, so I'm just going to be cherry picking them class by class, just the ones that I care the most about, at least the ones I find more interesting. So, by taking a quick skim of my sabers, you can tell that these, I think these are the only ones that are leveled up to Bedivere. So I have said before in previous videos, like when I'm rolling gacha or something like that, that my main goal for this game is to get every single unit completely maxed. See, the issue with that is there are a lot of servants, so a lot of these are just the results of me leveling. For example, Caesar, I leveled him way back when I first started playing the game, and he's been at level 40. That's nuts. It especially sucks when I roll a gacha. Well, it doesn't suck, but when I roll a gacha and I get yet another servant of a particular class, and I'm like, god damn it, that's another one to add to the list. So yeah, get used to these weird ass levels because it's gonna be like that for pretty much every class in the game.
Anyway.
Okay, so Mushi, I think if I remember correctly, actually let me have to go back. Yeah, okay, Artoria was my first SSR, but Mushi was my second, and funny enough, I didn't really give a fuck about her in the beginning. She was just, I didn't know anything about her because I was kind of new to FGO. I was still getting into the rhythm and stuff like that. So she drops, I'm like, oh, she's pretty hot, I guess I'll roll for her. And I think it took about 4 rolls on New Year's. I waited until the clock strikes. I waited until the clock struck midnight, and then I rolled like as soon as it hit midnight, and I got her between 4 or 5 rolls, I think, something like that. And let me just say, she has been one of my favorite servants, period. Top waifu. She's in my top 5. I got her NP2. I don't know what banner I was rolling for. I know it's in the channel somewhere, but that was pretty nuts. And I've used her a lot, but recently I haven't been using her. Honestly, this year, well, not this year, 2021. I haven't used her too much. She's like level 8 right now. And funny thing is, I was considering grilling her, but the more I played and the more servants I discovered, the more I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll save the grills for somebody else, which we'll get into in the later part of the video. Mordred, Altera, I got them through, I don't even remember. Wow, this is very recent too. I don't think it was story, but they just kind of popped out randomly. Now, unfortunately for these two, I haven't been using them all too much. This is really just from the tower event that we're going through right now. To be perfectly honest, I do want both of their skills to be completely maxed, rank 10, especially Altera, since I think her kit is awesome, especially once you get all her interludes done and stuff like that. But you gotta remember, the sabers aren't the only class in the game, so it is just painful, man. This is like not cool. If I could get every servant in the game to max skills with no issue, I would love to do that. But we got like, what, 7 other classes? Of course, we got to talk about my wife, Hokusai. So I did give her a grill, but I'm unfortunately out of XP cards right now, so this will have to do. Well, actually, I don't think I'm out of XP cards. It's just I've been doing so much leveling. The very few that I have, I just don't want to spend them right now. I'm just kind of waiting to get a little more. I got her 10 10 10. She's going to 100 very soon. I do want to, I just realized she has 0 points in either of these. What the hell? Too many servants, bro. Too many. But yeah, she's one of my favorite sabers, period. One of my favorite servants, period. I mean, it's Hokusai. Come on, you guys already know me. Lakshmi's another good one. Actually, I've been thinking about Lakshmi. I've been thinking of getting her to 10 skills, but it's just too much to juggle around right now. Maybe someday. I still don't like the fact that this is a chance. I hate that. I know that once you apply the guts, it gives you a increased buff success rate, but I don't like that. But I love her as a servant and as a character, so I'll do regardless. And that's pretty much all I have to say about sabers. Oh yeah, I do have Saber Lily. I think she's NP2 or 3. Let me see. Numero 3. Okay, yeah, she's NP3. Now, I never got her when she was a welfare, so I had to get her from the front point gacha. I heard she sucks and her attack is very low. Obviously, I haven't used her too much. what bond is she? She's not even one. Yeah, I probably used her like once or twice, but I don't really care. I just like knowing that I have Artoria Lily, and if you guys know me, I like to use as many servants as I possibly can, because come on, I mean, they're in the game for a reason. Why not just use them? So this has been Sabers, and let's move on to the class that is really made up of archers.
You hold a future in
Now, just take a quick glance and you could already tell my lack of 5-star archers. So Moon, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry I haven't leveled up Napoleon. It's too much, okay? It's too much. Napoleon is MP3. I know he's a badass. He has a battery and all that. Like, he's perfect for farming, but I have other priorities other than him. And I think there was a reason. I forgot what essential material he needed that I'm very low on. So that's why I didn't bring him up. And that applies to most servants in the game that are like 2-3 stars. They require like 18 or 20 something, what are they called, gears or proofs that I need for other servants. Case in point, Gil needs freaking gears, and at the moment I've saved up quite a bit, but when I got Gil, I was legit like almost out of gears, and he stayed at level 70. Like, trust me, I really want him maxed everything, and he's pretty much my solution to anything that requires archers. But bro, can you please not require proofs, for fuck's sake? Florence Nightingale Santa, she is freaking amazing. I mean, look, 1000. She's not 2000, not yet. I've used her a lot already. I forgot what I was missing for the second skill, but unfortunately she does have to stay at 10-8-10 for the time being. I think she's going to be the next one I completely max out in terms of skills, because I mean, she's awesome. Her NP removes attack buffs, she applies guts to somebody, heals you, increases your attack. Is crazy, and you cannot tell me her thighs aren't delicious. Chloe, I mean, come on, I use her in like every Lost Belt video I've made. I think it was a Lost Belt 2 finale boss rush video. She really came in clutch for Searcher, and it wasn't Valkyrie, was it? Yeah, I think it was Valkyrie. Wait, no, Valkyrie's a Lancer, isn't she? Sigurd, that's who I'm thinking about. So it was an easy 10-10-10 skill decision for me. Her bond level is surprisingly low. I think it's because I really only use her for Lost Belts. Other than that, I really try to go out of my way to use other archers, because I don't want to just use her. I don't want to get sick of her. And if we backtrack, I think one of them being Emiya. Now, I do not have the NP leveled, but I do have the skills, which I care more about, because the skills in the beginning are just garbage, but once you get that projection and that Hawkeye leveled up, he is a beast. And I've gotten him so much. I think he's NP5. Yeah, I think I've gotten actually 6 copies of him, so he might have been turned into a rare prism at some point. Poor Emiya, I hate to turn you into a prism because you're one of my favorite characters, but god damn, I need those. To me, it's just kind of funny how I got into FGO because of the anime Unlimited Blade Works, and he was one of my most wanted servants in the game. And it took me, I think, 2 years to get him, but I think in the last year, I got 5 copies of him. Like, what? Oh, and right next to him, Adelante. I forgot about her. I haven't used her in a while. I don't know what was going on here. Look, Adelante was one of the first archers I got in the game, and I pretty much only used her for farming, like I think everybody does. But she's great. I mean, her NP generates a lot of stars. Her quick card, what is it called? Beyond Arcadia, something like that. It is a pretty decent boost to your quick. I just hate that it's just one turn. But other than that, she's great. I love her. She's very cute. I think her dress, everything about her just looks, I mean, look at her. Unfortunately, her attack is very low, and I feel like her NP gain just sucks. But I don't want to go too hard on her. She's very special to me. She's helped me in so many situations. And yeah, come on, if you don't like Adelante, then please unsubscribe from me. My Orion's level 80. I stopped leveling her for some reason. I think I just wanted to finish somebody else because she's not really a priority right now. Calamity Jane, I fucking love her. She's great. I just haven't had the chance to level her skills yet. Is she just 1-1-1? Yeah, she is. She's great. She just requires a lot of setup. You really do need crit stars for her, especially for that third skill that is awesome, but you need those 50 crit stars, at least 40. And yeah, I don't think there are other archers of note to talk about right now. There's Roses. So let's move on to the pole dancers. Lancers are pretty freaking juicy, huh? So the very few that I actually have leveled up are awesome. So let me start off with Ereshkigal. Ereshkigal is my second favorite waifu in the game. She is going to go to 100 at some point. When I first laid eyes on Ereshkigal, it was love at first sight, okay? That being said, I did mention that she was my second favorite waifu in the game, but I am in no rush to level her up simply because there's another person that I want, which I'll show you guys a bit later. Regardless, Ereshkigal is just freaking perfect. She's only bond level 7. I do want to use her more. The more servants I've been getting throughout this whole year, the less I've been using characters like Ereshkigal and even Hokusai. But look, 10-10-10 skills. Is she at 1000? Yeah, 1000 here, 1000 there. Unfortunately, I only have her NP1. I do want NP2. Ever since I got her, I was just happy to have her, and I'm in no rush and I'm in no need to get an NP2 Ereshkigal. But come on, she's adorable. She is perfect. I love that her battery is a 50% and it's also a buster up, right? Yeah, I think her invincibility is cool because I think it gives her immunity to burn, something like that. And Blessing of Kur, that skill is one of my favorites in the game. It's so unique and it's so cool, and I think it gives you an extra buster up, right, when you have your NP up, something like that. But yeah, wonderful NP, very, very cute ascensions. Honestly, I think this one might be better, but I'm so used to having the third one, especially because the animations are so cool with that little spinny thing. She's just perfect, okay? And a Lancer that I've been using pretty recently is Enkidu. Now, when I say pretty recently, I do mean pretty recently, and I pretty much just been using them just for boss fights, which is why their bond is only at rank 3. I have been focusing other servants to level in terms of their health points and attack points, so unfortunately Enkidu doesn't have their points leveled. Now, I will say this, I do have enough QP and materials to, I think I do, to get Enkidu's skills all the way up to 10, but I've been holding off on that simply because I'm focusing other people. But I mean, only NP1 and 111 skills, they've done me justice. Seriously, Enkidu is a freaking nuke. You know, as long as you have your crit star set up and as long as you can boost that phantasm damage up a little bit, they are literally insane. If you don't have one, maybe consider rolling for them whenever they go on raid up. And if you do have one and haven't used them, take it from me. No points in the skill or health, only level 1 skills, and Enkidu has carried me through a fair amount of fights. So yeah, thumbs up for me. Now, the next two are very weird because Parvati and Valkyrie. So when I got both of them and I got them leveled up, I was debating who do I want to level up first to 10 skills. I played around with them a little bit and I concluded that Parvati is literally just better. In terms of everything, I feel like she is cute. I love her little schoolgirl costume. And oh my god, dude, her NP gain. Once you use this thing and you crit, even in like a quick card, it doesn't even have to be her one arts card. It is insane amounts of freaking MP gain. So when I noticed that, I was like, okay, 10, 10, 10, easy. The one thing I don't like about her is the fact that you need to have 10% NP gauge to use this thing, and then once you use it, if you want to use it on her, it will just give you the 10% back. Like, why can't it just be a 20% gauge? Then you lose 10, but you'll get 10% more, whatever. You don't even need to lose 10, what the hell? So for the most part, honestly, I don't use this on her. I just use it on somebody else. Her first two skills are wonderful. If we go down here, she's only NP2. I don't even know where I got Parvati in the first place, what banner I was rolling for, but I don't think I got both of them in the same banner. They must have been different ones. And Valkyrie, unfortunately, I had to leave her at level 1. I do like her third skill and I do like the first skill, but I just didn't feel like their attack was any better and I didn't like the NP gain on her. Now, she's NP2 as well, but I just think Parvati is a little better. But I mean, they're all waifus. Look at them. They're all very, very adorable. It's so annoying that this one has the hood on. Can we please have a costume where she has it off? Please. This chick fucking sucks. Now, before Enkidu, I was really lacking in single target Lancers. I had Ku, but he could only do so much, especially since I didn't want to grail him. With her, I mean, for the most part, her attack is kind of weak. I don't like her charm. Let me stop what I'm saying. I know her skills are at level 111, okay? But some of my friends who do play FGO actually do. I have one friend who has her completely maxed in level 100, and I've seen him use her, and even then, I'm just not impressed with her. I just feel like she kind of hits like a wet noodle. There's nothing against Medusa Lancer. There are better options. Like, I mean, her NP is good. I'm just not a fan, personally. But that scythe, those chains, awesome. Now, I think that is all to know. Yeah, actually, I haven't leveled up my Skyhawk at all. Don't get me wrong, I really do want her, and as far as I'm concerned, when I checked, which was a few days ago, I do have enough to get her skills maxed out, but I'm saving those materials for somebody else, so in the meantime, she's just gonna have to stay where she is right now. Don't worry, okay? She will get her use at some point. I even put in little points because I know I'm gonna use her soon. Now, this may come as a surprise since I am a huge Ibaraki fan, but I got Ibaraki in the middle of when I was really going at it and I was really leveling up a fuck ton of servants. The problem with Ibaraki is just timing because I have so many servants on my list right now. She is unfortunately one of the ones that I'm not prioritizing them. I love her, okay? I love her. I'm gonna max her skills whenever I can, but today is unfortunately not that day. And I think that does it for any of the Lancers that are noteworthy to me. So let's move on to...
Gotta be a little more discreet.
Writers. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the writer class is the class I've spent the least of money on. They all came at me randomly. I thoroughly remember getting a software from the story banner. It wasn't even money, like it was just quartz I had saved up. And so did Martha. I'm pretty sure this is on video. Martha just popped out and I'm like, oh, you're hot, I'll take you. But as you can see, I do not have this third skill because yeah, you need that rank up quest. That's so annoying. Okay, so funny story about Da Vinci. If you guys are new around here and haven't seen my Da Vinci video, I wrote that one with Sleepy and I was prepared for the salts. And in the first multi of that video, boom, out comes Da Vinci Lily. I remember freaking the hell out because I think that was the luckiest I've ever been on video. Actually, no, it wasn't the luckiest I've ever been. It was one of the luckiest. To me, she's an easy 10/10. Da Vinci is one of my favorite servants in the game and I don't even have her caster form. I have to use my friend's Da Vinci supports because like I have to sit there in shame. Like, why is she not mine, bro? So because I don't have a Da Vinci caster to max out skills, I had to use my Lily. But I mean, come on, that is definitely not a waste of QP or materials. Her NP looping is insane, man. The fact that her first skill is on a 6-turn cooldown, heals you for 3 turns, and gives you 20 gauge per turn for 3 turns, and the fact that her third skill gives you an additional 10% for all allies and increases overcharge by 1, it's like, bro, she is amazing. If you land any arts crits, might as well say bye-bye to the enemy because they're gone. Okay, not Achilles. This dude is so freaking weird. One of my earliest gacha videos was me rolling for Achilles, who was, I think it was just a random rate up. I'm pretty sure it was for Chaldea Boys, but he had a random rate up. I spent $80. I didn't get shit. So fast forward a few months later, I decided to throw a few quartz into the story banner for some reason. I don't know. No, it wasn't the story banner. Look, I threw quartz into a banner and boom, he comes out. I'm like, what? I did plan to use him a lot, but then she came along. Once again, I do not remember what banner I rolled for her, but she popped out. I was like, oh, hello there. And it was easy. I'm pretty sure I got Francis Drake before I ever got Da Vinci Lily. So that explains why she's not at 10/10/10. Oh, and she's MP1, by the way. But yeah, she's great. I love her. Unfortunately, I have somebody better. Ozymandias, his delicious abs. Wait, Babylonia came around. I threw a few quartz into that banner and he pops out. I was like, what? And then I rolled a GSSR. I forgot which year it was. And out came another one. So he's been at MP2. His NP just does ludicrous amounts of damage. The thing I don't like about him is his stupid Imperial privilege. I hate that so freaking much because most of the times when you need that attack up, it does not land. I know he's not level 10, but still, it is so freaking stupid. Why? He's a 5-star. Just give it like guaranteed, please. And if we scroll down a little bit, let's go to Medusa. Medusa is not only a waifu, but such an amazing servant. How is she not a 4-star? I did not even realize she was in 1000. Wow. She does a lot of damage for what she is right now. I didn't even, wow. So if it isn't obvious enough, she is one of the first servants I started using and leveling up, and she's been at 564 for a few years now. Of course, I have better options now, but I still use her because she's great. I love that she gives herself a 20% NP gauge. Her NP just does stupid numbers. She's perfect, dude. And I know the Heaven's Feel movies gave her time to shine, but goddamn, why was she so useless in a limited blade work? So what were they thinking? So yeah, I think that's everybody of notes. What's next, casters or assassins?
I can't help showing my emotions.
There are too many of them. This class gives me anxiety. And look how separated they are in terms of being leveled. So if you haven't noticed already, I have a lot of low star servants who are at random levels. And that's either A, because I got them way back when I was, still kind of new and I was leveling them without really thinking. Or B, I was just trying to get the most out of my XP cards from the Lotto box event. Over time, I've learned that I should just focus one servant at a time. But the thing is, and this is why I said they gave me anxiety, because there's so many of them, I just want them all maxed out now. So when I feel like I'm about to run out of XP cards, I immediately go to somebody else and start feeding them XP cards, which is how Chen Gong's at 40, freaking Mozart's at 50. Anyways, let's start with my favorite caster in the game, Media. So I fell in love with her because of the Unlimited Bladeworks anime. I thought Media was so freaking hot. Her voice, everything about her is perfect. 1000 in the health points, 1000 in the attack points, bond level 8, hopefully bond 10 10 soon. She's gonna go up to 100 and her skills are all 10 10 10. Now she isn't without her flaws because she's a 3-star and a caster. Her attack is just weak, dude. She hits like a wet noodle. I feel like it's more effective to poke the enemy in the eye than Medusa hitting them. She does no freaking damage and her health isn't the best. It's around 10,000. It doesn't seem too bad, but I feel like she dies very easily. If she gets crit like 3 times, you're done. You're out the game. Despite all that, it hasn't been much of a nuisance. I mean, her healing skill is only 4 turns. She gives herself an instant NP nuke that removes debuffs. And the NP gain you get from Circe's teaching is nuts. Like seriously, if you crit an Ars card, she gets a huge chunk of that NP back. And of course, her NP is 5 out of 5. Come on, she's a 3-star. Oh my god, I'm blushing. She's so hot. Okay, that's enough about Media. Let's talk about somebody else. Media Lily. So she kind of reminds me of Lancer Ibaraki, where she just came at the wrong time. In a perfect world, both Medias would be max skilled, max leveled, 100, max foed. But unfortunately, in the reality we live in, that cannot happen, so she will have to wait. Merlin. Do I need to say anything? Assclap. So Assclap is only stuck at 1 right now. I do want Assclap max because he's one of the coolest servants in the game. Like, come on, bro. I'm gonna have to ignore him for the time being, but someday, maybe in the future when I make a second part to this, you know, when after I spent what, another $4,000, he'll be at level 80 or 70. He's a 3-star. Yeah. Is there anybody else of note? I guess I could mention Circle. I haven't used Circle too much. I like Circle simply because she's just an arts media. I mean, at level 1 her NP gauge gives you 80%, so it's just 1 Merlin skill away from being 100. I think it turns them into a pig. What is it called? Pigify? Yeah, it inflicts Pigify. That is so funny. I know most people aren't fans of Circle, but I love her. What is weird to me is that I think she has like 3 arts cards, something like that. So she has a Buster NP with 3 arts cards. I think that's one of the main reasons, if not the main reason I don't use her. There's no synergy really. She's an arts servant when she has her cards up, but when she has her NP, you're trying to force this Buster nuke on us when we can't Buster chain it. What are you doing? What a weird servant. Why do you guys do this?
So this is where I draw the line.
Assassin class, yay! This class is so weird. This class ranges from very mid to what the hell, why is this in the game? And these two are prime examples. Kama, top 10 waifu, easily. Again, strangely, she's at bottom level 5. I swear to god I've used her more than that. Actually, that's mainly because a lot of these servants, I use them specifically just for bosses. I don't use them for anything. Skills are completely maxed. She is a servant I do want to get to 100. Her skills are, of course, completely maxed out. And I think she's only at MP1. Yeah, she's at MP1. Dude, Kama is great. I don't think there's a single flaw in her. Gramps. I feel so bad for people who really want Gramps because I don't feel deserving of them. I got my Gramps. I'm like, hey, yo, this guy is amazing. He is, what, a Buster assassin? How is that going to work? The thing is, I played the JP server before and I got Kama in 1 try. So after I got King Hassan, I thought to myself, well, I'm going to go for Kama and I know I'm going to get her because I really want her. So what's really the point? So King Hassan stayed at, I think, level 70 for a few months. And it was only till recently that I got him to level 90. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but what are you going to do about it? Oh yeah, Asakabi. Okay. These are the most recent ones. Asakabi Hime I got from the story banner and Cleopatra I got her from their banner from, what was it, like a week ago? They're not leveled. I'm not going to repeat myself. You guys get it. For the most part, I think the assassin class is okay. We have Amiya, who I think has one of the coolest final ascensions in the game, but he's just okay to me. He's like a hybrid, like an arts and quick assassin. Summer Nidochris is so weird to me. She applies target focus to herself. I think she has a defense up and an attack up. Like, what? I know the target focus helps with MP gain, but it's such a weird servant. Now, the Case Files anime, I really love it, so it was no secret that I love Gray. I know I said that even though her skills are 111. I'm not going to repeat myself, but I think it's safe to say Kama ruined Assassins for me because Kama is the one I put my most attention on, and I still am because I want to get her Grail at some point. But I've thought about Grailing Gray too, and to be honest, I just might do it because I love her. I really, really do. Wu Zetian. The thing about Wu Zetian is that her 3rd skill is supposed to be like a quick card support, but I don't ever find myself needing to use her because she's so weak and it doesn't do much. You're better off just using a Scotty and choose somebody else. Don't use Wu. Oh, by the way, the 2nd ascension is the best, so don't at me.
Sure got a funny.
We are in the Basaka, and what better way to start than Miyamoto Musashi? So Musashi ruined Musashi for me. I was gonna grill my Saber Musashi, and then I found out about Berserker Musashi and JP, and I'm like, you know what? I'll save my grills. She has, in my opinion, a top 5 final Saint Graph, period. But as much praise as I want to give her, I know her downside. She is a Berserker. She is a glass cannon, especially with that 3rd skill that removes 5,000 2000 HP, bruh. But you can mitigate it because she has a one-time evade, not one time, one turn, or one turn, no, one time. And if you're able to land a crit with, if you pair the first skill with the second skill, if you have enough crit stars with your arts card, she is going to gain a insane amount of NP gain. But yeah, that's the thing. She's supposed to be a glass cannon. She is very weak, but the enemies are hardly ever going to kill you because they're going to be sleeping. And right next to her, we have Ibrakidoji. Ibrakidoji is one of my favorite servants, period. I think she's so likable. She's so adorable. I think her design is awesome. I mean, she got little fire wings. Come on, bro. For me, it was love at first sight, so it was so easy for me to max out her skills. I think she might be the first servant whose skills I ever maxed out, and the first servant... No. I was going to say the first servant I grilled. That's not true. That was Media. Yeah. Ibaraki was the second servant I ever grilled. Unfortunately for Ibrakidoji, she is a glass cannon, but not in the same way that Musashi is. Because for a Berserker, I feel like her attack is kind of low, and the defense, you do notice it the first time with that greatly increased defense for one turn, but anything after that, if they crit you, you're gonna die in maybe 3 hits. But with her flaws and all, I love her. I think she is one of the best servants in the game. Don't at me. And if you guys have an Ibrakidoji and haven't leveled her up, please unsubscribe from me. Alright, let's talk about this head ass. I know, okay, I know. His Bontan CE is amazing. I just don't care about him, dude. Believe it or not, I got Hercules from my tutorial role. I know, that is mind-blowing. Nothing against him, I just never really been a fan. Oh, by the way, right next to him is a waifu. A 1-star that's level 80? Angie, did you do what I think you did? Yeah, I did. Salome is one of 3 servants I have grailed, or 4? Let me see. I have grailed my Hokusai, my Media, my Ibaraki, and yeah, now Salome. So I grilled her and leveled her strictly for waifu purposes. I think she is one of the baddest chicks in the game. I don't even want to argue with you guys. Now, my problem with Salome is that for a Berserker, her attack is extremely low. Like, you could crit a Buster card and it's not going to do much. The whole thing with her third skill is that after 7 turns, your entire party's NP gauge charges to 100, but you get 1 defense buff removed for you every turn. So you have a servant who doesn't have a lot of attack, doesn't have a lot of health, who could die in like 2 crits. And sure, her third skill does give her HP, but it's going to remove 1 defense buff every turn. She is not going to live that long. We could skim through a few of these. Adelante Alter, I think Adelante Alter is great. I just don't have much use for her at the moment. Oda Nobunaga Berserker, I actually love. I feel like you guys already know what I'm going to say, but god damn, that cooldown on the second skill is not cool. Oh yeah, Zhang Yu, please fuck yourself.
Apologies won't get you far.
The special class, in my opinion, has some of the coolest servants, period. Katsushika mother freaking Hokusai. The best waifu in any game, any anime, anything, period. She is one of my favorite things to have ever been created by mankind. The first servant and the only servant I have up to level 100. She's the only servant who I have at 2000 for both HP and attack points. All of that, and she's still not bond 9. Look, dude, I don't know what I've been doing. I don't know what's wrong with me. She's gonna get there eventually, okay? And of course, she's gonna get my Lantern of Caldea. And I'd say right behind Hokusai in terms of special classes that I really love, I think I'm gonna have to say Sitonai. Okay, so to anybody who's seen my videos, you know Sitonai is pretty much a recent copy, and look, bro, she's already at max skills. I mean, I think the first FGO video I ever made on my channel was me rolling for Sitonai on my shitty phone. I didn't get her then, but I have her now, and oh my god, 1000 in each. The only thing is she's bond level 2. I've really only used her for certain boss fights because she's an alter ego, but she's great. I forgot what the third skill does. I think it gives you like a 20 or 30% NP gauge, and it has a chance to give you an attack up. And there's one more thing I forgot. She's great. She has a little polar bear named Shiro. I say little, no, that thing is huge. Polar bear's named Shiro. Her NP is wonderful. She is so good. Could you please add more fucking clothes to this ascension? Yanguife, yes, I recently got her, but she's already level 80. I haven't used her too much. The thing is, she's so weird the way she works. To anybody who rolled for Yanguife, I shouldn't have to explain to you what she does. You know what I'm talking about. The foreigners are my favorite class in the game, and I really do want every single foreigner, and in a perfect world, I'd have every foreigner completely maxed from level to skill, but for the time being, that's not going to happen. Honestly, I could get 2 of her skills completely maxed, but I'm short on 1 currency that I keep forgetting. So Baby is one of my favorite servants in the game, but I'm going to have to tip my hat to the 5-star version simply because she has one of the coolest and most unique hits in the entire game. Pretty much what she does is that she'll lock the cards for 3 turns. So for 3 turns, I think you get, is it 3 or 5 crit stars per turn? Something like that. Also, can we agree that she just might have have the best NP gauge in the game, period. I mean, bro, look at all that. How is that not amazing? So is there anybody else I want to talk about? Not really. I do have Jalter. I have Jalter, but she's only, I think, yeah. So, like I said before, I do plan on maxing every servant I have, but because of the anxiety that it gives me sometimes and just the sheer amount of servants in the game, I have them weirdly spaced out, so it'll take some time, but I know come the next Lotto Box event, I should hopefully have all this completely finished. So yeah, I think that's it for servants. So I'm not going to talk too much about craft essences. I don't have much to say about those. So to those of you who just want to see my craft essences, here you go. I'm going to stay muted just so you guys won't hear me.
I know I'm hard to understand, but I hope you make the effort anyway. You hold our future in your hands. I hope we make it longer than a day. I can't help showing my emotions. I gotta be a little more discreet. If you feel a fraction of affection, then come and sweep me off of my feet. We could just solve all this confusion. If we could sort it out, we get through the situation. No more hesitation. Focus on what we're about.
Actually, very quickly, let me just go to my second archive because I have a few more in there. Okay, I know they're blacked out, but I hope it isn't too distracting, but here you go.
You fall, 'cause I know that you know that we're in love, that we're in love. I don't believe it when you tell me that you think everything's going fine. You sure got a funny way of showing it, so this is where I draw the line. If we could just solve all this confusion, if we could sort it out, we get through the situation. No more hesitation. Focus on what we're about. Don't say sorry for who you are. Endless apologies won't get you far. 'Cause I know that you know.
So yeah, like I said, I don't have much to say about craft essences apart from what, just pointing out the ones I like, but I have a better opinion on servants, and this is more of a servant-oriented video, as most of the money, all the money that I put into gacha, I mainly want for servants. If you guys are new around here, then the whole thing with me is that I have really bad luck with craft essences in general, especially 5-star craft essences, which is why my second archive is just full of just a bunch of stupid stuff, because look at this, what the hell? Oh yeah, and this one, what's it called? Round and Round. So I was one off of getting this ML bead and it never came. I don't know what to say about that. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I'll continue talking a little bit as I go through my command codes if you guys are interested in that. So here are my command codes. Feel free to pause the video. This also, I am so sorry if I didn't say this before the servants or me skimming through my craft essences, but seriously, feel free to pause the video if you just want a quick glance at what I have, because I know I scroll a bit too fast. But yeah, seriously, if you made it this far into the video without using any timestamps or anything, I'm seriously thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I don't really make videos like this because don't really find it too entertaining, but hey, to each their own. And I know a lot of you guys have been asking, so you ask and you shall receive. And also, I've been thinking of where I want to go with my channel, and I feel like it's best and healthy for me to not stick to FGO and gacha videos for the long run. And going forward, I do want to try other games. I'm not going to ditch FGO. That's not going to happen. I know it sounds like I'm saying goodbye. No, I'm not. We're literally just getting started. I cannot thank you guys enough. I have spent over $4,500 just because I want to make these videos to put a smile on somebody's face, even if I don't really get salty, because at the end of the day, it's just a game. It's just a gacha, and as long as I made somebody's day, that is really all I care about. So seriously, from the bottom of my freaking heart, thank you. Who knows how much money I'm going to dump into FGO in 2022? I am excited to find out, because this is one of my favorite games of all time. Yes, I am being 100% honest with you. So thank you so much. I still don't really know how exactly I'm going to put this together, but I hope it was worth the wait, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If there's any tips to me, to help me improve my video making, especially for stuff like this that I'm not really used to, then by all means, go ahead and tell me. I am open to criticism because that is very important to me. So thank you so much. Consider subscribing and sharing the video. My Discord is in the description, and yeah. As always, peace out.